Morning, 5th of June. Oh, again, taking the hounds out. Yes, yesterday was a bit of a hodgepodge of a day. Managed to get a few bits done in the morning, made the balls up, and off to Sheffield. Went out to Smoke, the barbecue place in Sheffield. Really recommend it. Kids loved it. First time that they've been, not the second time that we've been. But yeah, so this morning I'll show you that angle measuring device. I can't remember what it's called, but just so you can see how I knew that the knives were all at the wrong angle. I'll get them cleaned up. That's them sorted. Got to take them to the hospital again, and then it's off to, well, and then just crack on with my next lot. I've got a couple of orders. I need to sort my cerakoting out. Oh, I've got a load of sandblasting. That's definitely what I've got to do today. A load of sandblasting. Call Mando. Come on. Right, I'll show you how this works. It's called an edge protractor, which obviously it's measuring angles. That must be what it's called. Right, I'll just try and get it set up so I can see it with the camera. Right, so I've just switched that light off. So you can see on the inside at the top, it shines a laser straight through. And inside it's got this little plastic screen, and there's a V cut into either end. So all you need to do is grab the blade, put it against those two V's, and put the laser in. It is a bit of a, I don't know how accurate it is, but I can see from that it's probably about 21 degrees. You sort of work it either side. The two dots that are in the centre are the main bevel. So the main bevel, it looks like it's about 3 degrees, and then you move to the outer edge, which is showing, I've got a bit of oil on blade, so that's probably why it's a bit blurry. It's showing about 21 degrees there. Like I say, I set it all up for going at 20, so I know it's about right. But if you can appreciate, I had it in, and oh, there we go, that's why. Instead of it being, as you can see on that bit for the 20 that was about that side, it was well over here at 30, and I'm like, yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. Try there. But anyway, got it all sorted, and then how sharp. So that's them two done. I've cleaned them all up. I've cleaned all those ones, my cerakoted ones, but they're just practice ones anyway. But there's got one more. Right, so once again, I'm just going to put a bit of Sharpie all the way along. Just helps so you can see whereabouts it's sharpening or not. Let me put that forward so it's not catching when I'm spinning it round. Anyway, right. So this dial moves up and down, and I'm going to move it up to, I'm going to set it at 25 degrees to start with. These spin round different grits. So that one I can just see it's still at 6. That one's 320, so I'll start at 320. Pop that in there. There is a little bit of flex in this setup. There is a more expensive, I think, all metal design, which I suppose is probably a bit more rigid, but to be honest, it works, so I'm not too worried. I'm just going to work on inside at bevel there. Yeah, happy with that. Spin blade round. Have I got a burr, which is the most important? And yes, I have. I can feel it with my nail. Right, sorted. So carry on with that side. Oop. And I try and do the same direction with each edge. You'll see what I mean when I turn it over. I feel that. I can. What I'm actually going to do is wind this back down. I'm going to put it down to 20 degrees. Now I'll put it about 20 22, see where it works out at that. I'd rather have it at 20 degrees, but I want to see where the bevel goes first. They don't look too bad. Over. It's mainly this side, because I know I've already got a bevel, so I need to, not bevel, a burr, so I need to put the burr on the opposite side. And we're changing the angle slightly, it will lengthen the edge. Got. Yeah, it's got the edge there. And you know what? I think I will bring it down a bit more. See how this looks. Yeah, it looks alright. Again, check your bevel. Yeah. And then I'm just going to finish it off on this side so I know I've got both bevels at the same angle. Right, so now I'm changing this from the 320 to the 600. Right, this time, like I said about moving in a different direction, I'm going to bring it this way. And the reason you do that is so you can see that you've got rid of the scratches from the first direction that you've done it. And if you get rid of your scratches, you know that you've taken it down far enough. It's alright. As you go through the grits, the bird does diminish. Now onto the ceramics one. Feels smooth to the touch, but everything's got a grit. So and I'm just going against the bevel, I'm not dragging it backwards and forwards on this one. Should be alright. Bring it back. And then I'm going to take it back in the opposite direction. Right. Feels good. Now I'm going to take it to a bit of wood, a bit of leather that I've got some diamond paste on, and I'll give it a strop on that. Sod off, fly. Right, so this is my strop. All it is, piece of leather wrapped round a metal bar, and then it's clamped in vice just to keep it wrapped around nice and tight. And what I'll do now is just get this and just draw it backwards and forwards, same as what would you do on a normal strop. Feeling nice. Just going to give it a strop on just the usual clean bit of, well, cleaner bit of leather. Should do it. Right, and then the obligatory paper cut just to make sure. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So just to give a final clean up with the blade, sort the sheath out, and then that's done. Right, so after another trip to the hospital to take my missus to have a test and sort out a few invoices and bits and bobs on the old computer, I can get back to the workshop again, and this next one is sandblasting. So I've got a whole bunch of, let's get them all here. So these are naked knives, so naked row catchers. What I'm going to do with these is give them a good blast off, then they're going into some acetone for a soak, and then I'm going to put them in the oven for a bit to burn off any remaining residual oil or anything like that, and then these are all going to get cerakoted. So I've got a few of them, and I want to play about with a few different colours. Something else I want to do is I've been playing with my laser engraver, and I've got, basically, I don't know if you can see that just there, so I've got a whole bunch of 3D printers, and I've got 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 3D printers, and I've I've been trying different depths with different settings, and I think I've just about worked it out. As you can see there, I've got a K5, but it's not quite the right K5 that I need. So, or the right style rather. But I want to see if it works. So I've got this to get blasted. I'm going to cerakote it, and I've got like a new, so it's painting recess pen thing. So basically it's a little tub with a small like needle spout, and it's an infill pen, that's what they call it, and you put a different colour into whatever the recess is. So I'm going to try this out. So I've got basically I think it's a 0.7 of a mil and a 0.5 of a mil. So I'm going to blast this off, paint this, and then recess it with a different colour to try it out. If it works, then I think I've got I've got basically a knife that I can finish off. And I know Ed's been waiting patiently for it, but one step further, hopefully. Right, let's get them all blasted off. Right, so that's all the blades sorted. I'm quite happy with those. So all blasted off, all a uniform colour, and this is what I was meaning about the recess. To be honest, I'm quite happy how the laser engraver's done it. That's my logo. Did them in two different ways. All I've done is done that 550 cycles, that one's 200 cycles, and I just want to see what they'll look like when the paint's over the top of them. These ones I've done in varying depths, so it was light, gradually building it up, and then this final one has got quite a depth to it, and it didn't get overheated as well, which is a bonus because you don't want to knacker the blade up with overheating and destroying the temper. So that one's got out, just see it, there we go, get it in focus, and that should be a nice depth for filling up with paint. So it looks like I can do it that way. Now I'm going to clean these off. I've got to clean them in either acetone or brake cleaner, but I'll probably clean them in brake cleaner first, then stick them in too. I've got one of these, which is a plastic mortar tube. I did tell the guys on Knife Talk about using these things because they're a heavy duty plastic, ideal for putting ferric chloride acid in for acid etching. But they just poo-pooed me for saying it was a mortar tube. So there we go. But yeah, so this has got a load of acetone in it, and I'm going to put them into there. They need to be in at least 24 hours, but they'll probably be in longer than that. Once I've got them in that for that amount of time, then I've got to heat them up just to make sure you get rid of every bit of residual oil, and then hopefully I might have a go at painting these again in the next day or two, so you'll see that anyway. Right, I'm going to sort these out, and then I'm going to sort that, put them into there. Then I'm going to get my rifle and all my gear out, because I'm going to take it for a walk this evening. I'll take you along with me. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, like I said, I'm going to be taking rifle for a walk. Actually, it's more like I'm taking the rifle for a sit down. So I'm on an high seat in the deepest, darkest Lincolnshire, not too far away from where my missus is from. Terry, who I've made one of those knives for, has kindly invited us, so I'm not sure what time it is. I'm going to have to check, and it's just a case of waiting, see if milk comes out. There's muntjac in this area, there's a few rowan, so fingers crossed one of us will get something. But anyway, quite a nice spot. There's basically a big ride going across, and I've got a good ride in front of me. Bit of a breeze, hopefully don't get too cold. But yeah, looking forward to it. Don't do too much from an high seat generally. Not to say that I haven't shot out from an high seat, I have done, but the ones up at Scotland are really better for spotting. But yeah, we'll see how we get on.